What's up guys, Travis Ford here with Ford Fitness. Today I've got an awesome video for you guys. We are gonna be back in the kitchen. So today we're gonna be making protein muffins, but these aren't just any protein muffins. This video is sponsored by Ascent because today I'm gonna be using their protein in these protein muffins. Now, they have the regular flavors, they've got the chocolate, they've got the vanilla. I actually have the vanilla right here, but we're not using those basic flavors. Today, we're gonna be using lemon sorbet. I know, fancy. Also, this is not gonna be a regular style meal prep or cooking video. This isn't gonna be set in the kitchen. I'm gonna be doing a voiceover to switch things up. Keep in mind that you do not have to use Ascent protein in this recipe, even though I'd highly recommend it. But keep in mind that your results may vary and you might need to tweak some things based on what protein you're using. But without further ado, let's get started.
So first you're gonna need 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil or any type of oil you'd like to use. Then we're gonna take just a pinch of baking powder, just a pinch of salt, because a little bit of salt never hurt anybody. 2 eggs, and 3/4 of a cup of low-fat yogurt. And we're gonna use almond flour for this one, but you can use anything you want. You could even use blended oats. And then finally, the big boys. So I've got vanilla and lemon sorbet, but I'm gonna be using the lemon sorbet. Firstly, we're gonna add our 2.5 cups of almond flour. Keep in mind that almond flour is gonna be a lot healthier, but it is gonna be a little bit more dry. I wanted something a little bit heartier, a little bit thicker, but if you want a fluffier muffin, you could use something like blended oats. You could actually use real flour if you wanted to. Probably tastes a little bit better, but almond flour is gonna result in the healthiest mixture. Then we've got our 2 scoops of lemon sorbet protein and my needy puppy staring at me while I do all of this. We're gonna add just a pinch of salt, just a little bit, and just a pinch of baking powder. And we're gonna mix all of this together. Once it's all mixed, you are ready to add the wet ingredients. So first I'm gonna crack 2 of my eggs. Then I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And now I'm going to add my 3.25 cup of Greek yogurt. I'm actually using low-fat regular yogurt in this recipe. And I'm gonna throw in a little bit of imitation vanilla. You can use real vanilla if you're rich, but I'm gonna use that fake stuff. And we're gonna mix it all together. Morgan's gonna add our sweetener. We had sucralose on hand. You can use Splenda or whatever type of sweetener if you want. You actually could even use a little bit of honey in this in place of those powdered sweeteners. And we're gonna grab our cupcake pan, add all of the liners, and now we're gonna fill those bad boys. And we are gonna bake these in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna create kind of a glaze for this, and I'm gonna be using the yogurt, the protein, and some milk. So first off, we're gonna use a cup of yogurt. I added 4 tablespoons of milk to this. I would recommend sticking to 3, maybe 2 tablespoons of milk. Mine turned out fine, but if you wanted a thicker consistency, I would go less on the milk. And then 1 scoop of the protein. And you're gonna mix that till all the clumps come out. It's actually really, really easy to mix the clumps out with this protein, I've realized. So you should not have any problem with that. And as you guys can see, it turned out absolutely amazing. I tried one of these guys. They are fantastic. I will have to add though, that these are perfect for breakfast situations, you know, adding some jam, adding something to them. On their own, they're great, but they're so much better with jam or something like that. If you want just purely a dessert muffin, I would recommend not using the almond flour, but using something else like regular flour or blended oats or something like that.
So a few side notes for you guys. Firstly, for that drizzle that I created, I would recommend using probably a quarter of what I made. Reason being, protein does not last very long in liquid mixtures. So I would recommend remaking that probably every time you wanna have one of those muffins, or you know, even using it throughout the day, and then if you wanna have some of that drizzle the next day, remaking it. That lemon sorbet protein that I used is perfect for shakes. It's really not a super pungent, a super in-your-face flavor, which is great, but when you use it for cooking, it really brings out that lemony flavor, which I love. I will have a link to the proteins in the description below. I believe they have an Amazon link, and if they do, I will use that because Amazon Student comes in super duper clutch. So if they have an Amazon, I'll have it down there. And if I have a coupon code, I will definitely put that in the description below. Huge shout out to Ascent for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. I will have a link to them in the description for you guys. As always, stay strong, and thank you so much for watching.